What's up everybody, and welcome back. I haven't done a real early recommendation in a while, but I have one today, based on hope that this manga is going to turn out to be something incredibly fun and adorable. So today I'm recommending The Cruel King Whom She Married in Place of the Duke's Daughter Was Her First Love. As always, it's a mouthful. This is being made by Ao and Akari. It's only 2 chapters so far, and it's a romance comedy fantasy isekai about Kanai Yano, a 28-year-old girl who seems to have a typical 9-to-5 life where all we know about her is that she doesn't have a boyfriend but has a first love whose name was Hoshina Hiroto, and that she misses him and is still in love with him even though she rejected him. So right off the bat, I have to know what's up, and I assume we'll know pretty quick because this manga's already setting a great pace. Because after we're introduced to Yano and she goes home from a drinking party, she rolls around in bed thinking of Hiroto, and a magic symbol appears that summons her to another world. And you may guess that she's being summoned by Hiroto, but she's actually being summoned by Rita Serene, the titular duke's daughter, so that she can be a body double for her and marry King Eugene Asaroth. And Yano doesn't have a choice. Rita doesn't want to marry the king because he's known as the cruel wolf, and she's not in love with him and wants to find someone she loves to marry. So she forces Yano to marry the king in her place, or Yano has to fend for herself in this fantasy world. So Yano, having no way out, obviously accepts to go along with Rita's plan, especially because she can't be sent home, which is classic summoning magic. So she ends up meeting the king, whom doesn't seem cruel, but ends up being Hoshina Hiroto, which hopefully you could have guessed. And this is what I love about this manga so far, is that it's wasting no time. First chapter, Yano goes to the new world, meets the king, that's Hiroto, and Hiroto figures out that Yano is Yano and not Rita still in the first chapter, because she kept her phone with her going to this new world and has a phone charm of a fox named Foxy, who Hiroto knows because he had one of his own. I don't know if they got it together, I don't know what the story between them is, and I don't know why she rejected him in the real world, but he recognizes her because of the phone charm in the character. And I love this because it gets the reunion out of the way, and it means we don't have to play a game of we know who both are but they don't know who the other is, because that game would have gotten old fast. And I know from experience because I've read a few like that. So seeing as this is the first chapter and it cuts through all of what would have been an annoyance to me is a fantastic sign of what's to come, because now we can move on to the real potential fun of this manga. Because chapter 2 starts with the reveal that Hiroto and Eugene are the same person, and we get into more storytelling and find out that Hiroto got to this world by being reincarnated, because after his confession was rejected, him and his family got into an accident and he got reincarnated as a result of it, and he got reincarnated as the prince, now King Eugene. Obviously in all that time he hasn't stopped loving Yano, and the reason he chose to marry Rita, other than the positive political implications, was because she looks exactly like Yano. Hiroto never even wanted to marry Rita because he has no feelings for her, but I assume he figured since he has to marry someone, he might as well marry someone he's at least attracted to. But now that he knows this Rita is actually Yano, he's 100% on board with getting married to her, but he leaves it up to be Yano's decision. In part because I assume it's the right thing, and in part because last time he asked her to go out with him, she said no. So he may be a little scarred, a little traumatized from that, but he leaves the decision up to her. And because of that, now Yano is conflicted because she wants to go home, but if she doesn't marry Hiroto, he'll have to marry someone else because politics, and she doesn't want to lose him again, as in be in a world and have a life without him in it. So I'm obviously expecting, because of how this manga has been moving so far, that in chapter 3 Yano will say yes to marrying Hiroto. I'm not expecting any drama there, but I am expecting that they will basically start dating. Even if they quickly get married, I'm expecting they'll take that marriage basically as dating, and from there is where where the fun begins. Because Yano as a character is already cute and adorable, but other than her love for Hiroto that she rejected for reasons we don't know much about her character-wise either. And with Hiroto, we know even less. Maybe he is a cruel king. I doubt he is, and I doubt he's evil, but it seems like he plays no games either, especially with the nobility, but he has an obvious soft spot for Yano. And with Yano as Rita's imposter, we may see this becoming an interesting blend of a kingdom builder and rom-com, which I'm 100% here for, because I'm assuming he'll do things for Yano that are going to have implications for Rita and the Duke that they have to basically acknowledge to keep up their side of the sham that Yano is in fact Rita. And I'm assuming there's going to be some pretty big implications from that, and I want to know what they are, because I enjoy kingdom builder manga, and a kingdom builder mixed with a rom-com, that sounds even better. So far, everything that I've seen from this manga, with the characters, the pacing, the potential plot, and art style, I have enjoyed. And these first 2 chapters have really piqued my interest on what may come. So my only real hope is that there is more to come, because one of the problems with early recommendations is even though the manga may be great, it feels like a gamble, because maybe others find it and enjoy, and maybe not enough do. Regardless, I'm reading this and looking forward to more. If this seems interesting to you, check it out, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you want more recommendations, check out the Why You Should playlist in the description below. Other than that, I'll see all of you in the next one.